Alright guys, BJ the Brave here, back with a new game from the Warpforge Open. This is the final game of the second round between Mindgraph and Lanke. Lanke is going to be using the... what is Lanke going to be using? He is using Erika, Azrael, Janzar and Ursula. Whereas Mindgraph is going to be using... Ursula, Creed, Azrael, Junith, and Abaddon. Okay, so let's see what they go for first. Okay, so Mindgraph has got Junith. Here we go. Okay, so we got Mindgraph is on Junith and Lanke is on the Jane Zar. Okay, interesting. So off to a good start is Lanke. Obviously bringing the tempo and wanting to prevent Junith from being able to just relax and pray. Obviously forcing Junith to trade heavy. Okay, so e4. We've got Eldar, Lanke's on the plate. And down comes the Shroud Runner, automatically taking out the sister and putting the damage down on Junith as well. And also playing the Fire and Fade. Quite an interesting tech choice. We don't always see that in the... we don't always see that. So yeah, kind of a nice tech choice for sure. So oh. Okay, so e5. So we've got a very full hand here for Mindgraph. Very full indeed. What's he going to play here? Is he going to go for the Zephyrin Superior potentially? Okay, so he's actually going to use the Guidance of the Saints, probably to get the Superior cheaper. Very nice. And by playing the prayer, because playing prayer on the Superior, because Superior can pray, that actually does put one faith point on and helps with the trade. So it's a very, very good target for prayer. Very nice, very nice. Now back over to Lanke. It's got a few options here with 6 energy. He wants to keep on maintaining the pressure. Does he just go ahead and drop the Exarch? No, instead he goes for the Warlord talent and gets the stun off on the flanker, meaning that he can take it out for free with the shuriken damage. And the Storm of Silence then automatically stunning Junith. And don't forget, obviously, with stun, it's quite a big deal for when you're playing against sisters, because it does prevent them from praying. Obviously, you can only pray if you forfeit your attack. So 6 energy. What is the play here for Mindgraph? Now, potentially he's going to want to yeah, potentially he's going to want to drop the... He can't pray with the rhinos. The rhino's not a good turn here. Are we just going to see Adelaide dropped? Problem he's got is his life is extremely low. So it looks like both players actually banned Azrael. Interesting. So there'll be no Azrael in this match whatsoever. Lanke's doing a very good job of keeping the pressure on on Junith, just making sure to constantly stun so that it can't pray, and just chipping away at that damage. And already you've got to be thinking, if you are Mindgraph, that that Wailing Doom could be coming at any moment, as we are already on 7 energy. So he will be conscious of his health, that's for sure. Now, is this actually a... Is this a storm turn, do we think? No, we don't. He's only got 1 Spirit Stone. And Lanke gets the victory. Sorry, I'm a little bit sparse on the commentary here. I'm just trying to make sure that the technical setup is all going on, because I'm kind of doing this on my own. But yeah, well played, GG to Lanke for getting the first win. I thought he did a great job there, just putting the pressure on Junith and just not letting Junith breathe. That's kind of like how you've got to do it. Okay, so let's have a look at the decks, guys. So for Lanke, we know that the ban was, of course, Azrael, and he's now got Jane Zar through. So he's got Ursula Creed, who has obviously recently been nerfed, and Erica to get through. So Erica and Ursula. Now on Mindgraph's side, obviously Azrael was banned, so he's still got Creed, Jane Zar. No, he hasn't. Creed, Junith, and Abaddon. Okay, so we can see one of the things you can do in the tournament is you can tinker with the cards at any point, right? You can't switch warlords, but you can switch the cards. So he's actually making some adjustments here to his Cadia deck. Really keen to see what people are bringing for Creed now that we just had the recent nerf. Big nerfs. If you've not seen that, I have done a video reaction on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. But obviously, the legendary Griff suffering probably the heaviest, along with the Armored Lightning and the Valkyrie 4-drop, all of which have been nerfed. And let's get into game 2. All right, here we go, guys. Game 2. So it looks like we have Mindgraph on Ursula Creed. And it looks like we've got a Creed mirror, guys. Now, really interested to see with obviously the recent change. Very recent. We literally got the hotfix today, and we can already see Lanke has got Griff there in that opening hand with the new nerfed stats. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens to it. Okay, so Mindgraph going with a stratagem for turn 1 and just bagging that at all costs. That could really come in handy later on in this game, guys, so make a mental note of that. And what is Lanke going to do in return? Okay, looks like he's going for... he's wanting to play the... Okay, so Lanke first to kind of get a board down. Well played. Mindgraph decides to go with another Warlord talent, so taking his time, not rushing to... Looks like he's added the full throttles, right? Just drops the 1-drop naked. Interesting. Guess he was hoping to just get that ping on the shock trooper potentially. Lanke really threatening with a tempo board, right? And he's just going to use the Rattling to remove this. Can keep that relatively safe. And just use the duty from the Shock Trooper, just really preserving his board. And Mindgraph's really got some work to do to get back into this. Guard do struggle a little bit when they're behind on board, so I'm kind of curious to see what he does here, how he sort of gets around this. So we do see Griff actually getting some value there, and the main thing about this card now is that if you can trigger the flanker, if you can trigger the ability, then it's still pretty good value for 5. But obviously it's way more situational now. With having to slay, that means you've got to survive the thing that you hit. It's actually pretty good in the mirror, right? It's actually pretty good against Astra Militarum, because there's lots of kind of like lower health units where you can kind of make that trade, get the slay, and yeah, get value still. So Mindgraph decides to clear the shock trooper, and for the first time in the game actually has a sort of board parody, although Griff can he hasn't actually got a way of healing Griff, has he? No. Makes me wonder whether Griff's actually going to be better in Denkler now, with Denkler being able to heal. Oh, actually he did have a way of doing it. There we go. So actually we can see even the nerfed Griff is still getting insanely good value right now, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, just so you know guys, Lanke is actually playing from his phone, right? So it's a little bit more difficult to kind of like get this set up and everything, but this is quite a new thing, right? We're getting used to this kind of technical setup where we can see both players' hands. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool being able to see that and kind of understand, have that kind of God perspective and understand what's going on. Okay, so we're on the play with Mindgraph. Seven energy. What does he do here? Okay, the rattling's quite nice actually. The rattling's quite nice because it does give him, and the ping does land exactly where he needed it. And he goes for, oh, check this out. Oh, look at this. He has actually found the flanker. Stuns the tank, and he can actually hit this, but he needs the one ping from the rattling. Does he get it? Oh, he does. Oh my god, that is insane. And Mindgraph coming out with the emote as well. Wow, what a turn. What a turn to kind of keep himself in it. That was crazy. Is Mindgraph going to call it? No. Okay, with the Vox Operator, he's able to get that down, and that does mean that he has armoured Vanguards, 3 of them. Is it enough, though? I think with the move, being able to give flank to the Ogrin, that should probably be enough to make the space. Obviously, you could go with deal 3 to 5 damage. That's more risky, though. much more RNG. So he is going to go with the Ogrin and the move play. And he's able to get through, so Lanke actually takes a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Alrighty, here we go with game number 3. And we have got Mindgraph back on Ursula Creed. And this time going to be facing off against Erika. Lanke has only got this one warlord to get through, and he will win the series. So we can see there Erika with the strong kind of like AoE already to deal with that board should Creed go particularly wide. Now, is Mindgraph going to take a different approach? In the last game, he played the Warlord talent twice in the first 2 turns, and I feel like he kind of like got behind a little bit in tempo and struggled to sort of come back. Is he going to go for a more kind of tempo play here, particularly as he is against Erika, and that would stop her from praying? And obviously dropping the 1-drop, the 1-drop's just really good at just pinging there to stop the prey. So definitely a much more tempo approach now for Mindgraph. Let's see how this one pans out. And Lanke responds with a tempo Amalia. Is this going to be rattling? He can technically clear the Amalia, but he would have to, if he wanted to be definitely sure of it, he would have to trade some health from the Servitor, but that does clear it. And again, the good thing about this is it does force Erika to trade, right? Rather than Erika kind of sitting back and praying, where she'd like to kind of be able to drop the Rhino and pray here on E4. Obviously, what Mindgraph's forced here is a situation where Erika needs to attack to clear the unit. Is there a world where Erika plays Martyr? No. No, doesn't actually go for the trade. Actually goes for the prey. And do you know what? In that situation, maybe that's not a bad play for Erika. Maybe that's the best. Not a good turn there, like really in a tough spot. But Lanke managed to find a decent way of kind of worming his way out of that one, right? Like that tight spot that he was sort of in there. Two energy left. What is the play here? Okay, so another kind of somewhat awkward turn there for Creed. Like, Mindgraph really not having the pieces needed to sort of deal with that board. So whilst Erica still only has one point of faith, she is actually doing quite a good job in just like really dealing with this board. This is looking very, very promising for Erica indeed. Now, obviously, Mindgraph is sitting on that spearhead, and question is, how does he actually get to turn 9 intact? If he can do that, then he has a good chance of obviously resetting the board. So I think what he's going to do here is clear out the Rhino by attacking with Creed, yep, and just let him have the faith points, which now takes him up to 4 faith points. E7. Just going to go Sacred Rose again, and of course now, once you've got the 3 faith, then Sacred Rose becomes just a nightmare of a card, right? Like really, really good value. Got the flank. And so can just pray and immediately get those shields up. And decides to go with the 3 damage from the Warlord power. Didn't quite have the energy for the Relic of St. Catherine. But Lanke's in a very good spot, right? Because the Relic is kind of 3 faith waiting to happen. He's already on 4, and he's currently got 2 praying sisters that are protected by divine shields. So it's looking like he is in a good spot, and he's going to be bringing the stun part of Erica's ability online soon, along with the Exorcist, right? So once again, making really good use of that Warlord trait. 3 damage a turn is not to be sniffed at. And down comes Aegrid as well. This is looking punishing, but that draw, that all costs that we drew right at the start of the game, is that going to be meaningful here? This is where the nerf to the Valkyrie drop really is showing, guys, because of course before he could have attacked something here, killed it, and then stunned one of like the Aegrid, but now it doesn't come with flank, so there's no way for it to stun. Of course he'll play it because it was 0 cost, but I don't know that this is going to be the answers that he was looking for. And there we get the resign from Mindgraph. GG, well played to both players. Whew. So there we go, guys. We end up with a clean 3-0, 3-0 to Lanke, and yeah, I am somewhat surprised at that result, but definitely well played to Lanke. That was really impressive. I thought he commanded those warlords very well. Clearly, there's a little bit of work to do on the Cadia front since the nerfs, but yeah, well played to both players, and don't forget to like and leave a comment, and we'll be back with more games, and we'll keep mastering this setup for the future. We are into the quarter finals of the Warpforge Open. I'll see you again soon, guys.